With Vices and Alucard finally getting nerfed, some heroes who have been out of the meta are getting the love they deserve, and they are going to shake up everything along with the new item. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video let's take a look at all the upcoming major reworks and changes that are going to completely shake up the meta as we know it. First, let's talk about an item that's going to make the lives of marksmen even harder than it already are. I'm of course talking about the new item Chastise Pauldron. The new item replaces the old Twilight armor, even though Twilight armor was amazing. It didn't much use in the game, so the developers replaced it with the new item. And it's going to be nightmare for any marksman going up against it. Why? Because of its passive Chastise. Now it reduces both the attack speed and the attack speed capped to 75 instead of 80. And the attack speed reduction duration has been increased to 2 seconds instead of 1. Also, this isn't an exact example. If you face someone with this item, your attack speed will feel like you have solved your Demon Hunter's Sword or Hasa's Claw. I am talking about the flat states. In-game things will vary, but you will definitely notice the attack speed drop the moment you hit someone with this item. And it's not minor. This item isn't just strong against DPS builds, it's also great against crit builds. Why? Because reducing the number of attacks you can make also reduces the number of crits you can land. This item has the potential to change the entire meta. On top of that, it's not a solid defensive item, it gives decent HP and physical defense, and its second passive is actually the old passive from Twilight armor, which is already great for survival. This item can be brought by fighters, especially those in the gold lane or facing basic attack speed fighters. It will also become a must-have for roamers because in ranked games, there's always someone relying on basic attacks as their main damage source. Guys, what do you think about this new item? Do you like it or hate it? Personally, I like it, but marksmen are already being driven out of their lane. Hopefully, the developers balance things out. Next, let's check out the upcoming new Freya revamp. Do you remember all her weaknesses? If not, let me remind you. She is weak to CC, easy to kite, become useless when her second skill is on cooldown. And even though she has dash skills, it's hard to close the gap. Most of the time, you would have burned your flicker when fighting marksmen because they can hit you from so far. And her starlight skill looked like this. Well, the new revamp has eliminated almost all her weaknesses. It's like the developer said, people have to buy her with diamonds. Let's make her OP. She now has CC immunity and passive orb generation, which means the old hit her, run away for a few seconds, then come back strategy won't work. If you leave her alone for 5 to 6 seconds, she will start regenerating her orbs. And if you get close, her second skill has no cooldown, meaning she only needs 2 basic attacks to keep her from doing the same thing. Want to kite her or play her from range? Bad news. She not only has a mini Gato ultimate, but every second skill is now a proper dash. It's not the funny dash from before, she can even dash through walls and people, making it a nightmare to hit your skills. I haven't even mentioned her first skill. It's the same one we all knew and loved, but now it also gives a shield. Many thought moving her shield from her ultimate to her first skill would make her weaker, but not really. The shield she gets from her first skill is about half the amount she got before, but her old ultimate had a 46-second cooldown at maximum level. The new first skill has a cooldown of just 6 seconds, meaning she can cast it about 7 times within the old ultimate's 46-second cooldown, with a bit of time left before the 8th cast. Let's look a bit deeper. An average match lasts around 20 minutes, right? She usually reaches maximum level at about 12 minutes. So we will only count the last 8 minutes of maximum level gameplay. We won't consider cooldown reduction here. This is purely based cooldown math. The old ultimate gave her a shield lasting around 10 seconds with a cooldown of 46 seconds. In that 480 seconds window, she could use it roughly 10 times. giving her about 100 seconds of total shield time. That's around 20% uptime. Not bad, but not something you could rely on for long fights. The first skill version gives her a shield for 5 seconds. With a cooldown of just 6 seconds, in the same 480 second period, she can cast it about 80 times, giving a total of 400 seconds of shield uptime. That's around 83% uptime, which is insanely higher than the older version. In simple terms, her old ultimate made her tanky sometimes, but the new first skill keeps her tanky almost all the time. The only thing the older version was better at was chain CC. You could keep CCing someone. That won't work as well now with the 6 second cooldown. Her playstyle will shift a bit and you might need to adjust her build, but there's no doubt she's going to be a monster once she hits the official server. Alright, now let's talk about Hilda, and oh boy, she's getting a real glow up this time. Her late game was always meh, slow, tier speed, weak durability, and way too reliant on bushes. If you weren't fighting in the jungle, she felt like punching bag, but that's all changing now. A new passive, Wilderness 2.0, makes her far more aggressive. When she enters a bush, her next basic attack becomes enhanced, dealing 140 plus 70% of her physical attack, plus an extra 9 per hero level as damage. Enemies behind the target also take splash damage, and it even slows by 40% for 3 seconds. Once used, it goes on 6 second cooldown, but her pursuit speed got buffed from 10 to 13. So good luck running away from her now. The only small trade-off is that her defense reduction first take went down slightly from 4% to 3%, but it's hardly enough considering how much smoother she feels. Her skill 1 is now completely reworked. She activates the power of her X, gaining 60% movement speed, and a shield worth 10 to 20% of her maximum HP for 3 seconds. No more hiding in bushes for durability. She is strong wherever she goes now. Skill 2 connects faster, making her combos tighter, and her ultimate now has a better lock-on and pursuit range. Overall, this version of Hilda fixes every old problem. Is faster, tankier, and finally viable outside of bushes. Next up, we have got the Master of Light, Xavier. Now, Xavier used to feel great when you were landing everything, but painfully slow when you won. You had to keep staking hits to reach Transcendence, and that delay often cost 5. The developers clearly noticed, because now he reaches Transcendence much faster and feels way smoother to play. All his skills hitboxes have been widened, making it easier to land every shot. His stage 1 buff is now a permanent passive and stage 2 is gone completely. So his gameplay is way more consistent now. To balance this, his skill 2's Immobilize got reduced from 1.2 seconds to 0.8 seconds. But that's not a big deal. His passive also got tweaked. Hitting an enemy gives him 50% movement speed that fades in 1.2 seconds, and each enemy hit gives him 1 energy charge. After 3 charges, his next skill automatically triggers Transcendence. Skill 1 width went up from 0.6 to 0.9, and its mana cost got lowered from 50 to 75 to 30 to 55. Skill 2 width is now larger, 4.3 in both normal and Transcendence state. And his ultimate beam is also wider, now 3.0 across both forms for consistency. In short, Xavier is way smoother and deadier now. You will hit more, miss less, and reach Transcendence in no time. Basically, more lasers, less weight. And finally, our spinning blender of doom, Balmond. This one simple but brutal. Its skill 1 got a massive buff. It now reduces enemy physical defense by 40%, up from the old 15 to 30%. The movement also slowed from 30% to 40%. Think of it like Dairoth's dash, but even better. You are basically getting the same defense reduction effect instantly, just from using your skill 1. So when Balmond charges in now, he is not just spinning for fun, he is shredding your armor and your HP bar at the same time. This buff might look small on paper, but in-game, it hits hard. Early fights are going to feel like your tank states just vanished. So guys, what do you think about all these changes? Which hero or item do you think is going to break the meta this time? Do you wanna know all the latest changes along with the latest Eudora revamp? Then check out this video. So that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.